Hello and welcome to the beginning of our Norland campaign. It is technically our third look at this game right now. We've played it in a demo, we played an extended demo, but now we finally have early access release today, and we are playing the full early access version. It no longer stops at 20 days. We can play it all the way through. I have a very specific goal in mind for this campaign. I want to play as a military campaign, starting up like a barbarian kingdom where we take lots of prisoners and we go to war as often as possible. We focus on blacksmithing. We play as the kind of military guys. And then we're going to turn on the crisis event, the undead invasion. That's part of the game. And the goal for that is either beat them or survive for 55 days. So ultimately, that is our goal. That is our timeline that we are going to go for. To survive or beat them. We're going to play as the classic husband, wife, and child, I think. We have a bunch of random characters. We're going to switch some things up a little bit. I want our main guy to be a combat-focused dude. And he's got good points in this. He's got good points in command. That's exactly what I want. I want him to be reckless, a high threshold for bravery, and early balding. Because it feels like a Viking warrior should be a little bit bald. He's going to get the head chopper trait, which he has a higher chance of decapitating opponents in combat. Hand-to-hand combat and shield strikes are not included, so I'll probably give him some sort of like two-handed weapon. Then we have our wife. Oh, we also need to make him a Caden. Former barbarians who lived on the border of the Crimson Empire who used to guard its borders. The Cadens value honor and martial valor above all. Their songs extol bravery and heroism, while their material culture is notably austere and aesthetic. We value strength. We're xenophobic against Varn, who I think are the peaceful people. They are. We are good at weapons and armor forging and archery workshops, and we know stuff about the military. Our spouse, we're going to make monogamous, but super horny. She's going to be, I think, a manager is what I decided I kind of wanted for her. We're 38. Let's give her less points in combat and stuff. Lots of points in management, maybe some points in intelligence. 31, 38, 31. That feels like a reasonable couple. Should we be already bald? That's the real question. Or do we lose our hair over time? Tempting. Early balding? I mean, if you're 38... and you have early balding, I think you're already bald. Let's go with the bald. We're just making battle say. Crystal Lord, hello, good morning. Professor Google said the word Duna is from the Danish word of dine, which means down feathers. Ah, interesting. Use the term Duna to mean a quilt. No difference between a kilt and a Duna in Australia. Makes sense to me. Tracks. Sounds about right. You really don't need to be good at combat at all. I feel like maybe some trades, some manners, teaching. You do have a child we need to teach. And then we have our small child who is going to be beautiful, but a gambling addict. And if they're a gambling addict, I feel like maybe trade is what they can focus on. So we have focuses on trade, management, and combat. Why not? Yeah, I want a big chunky boy. This is our son. Why does he have black hair? That doesn't make any sense. Not if I have brown hair and my wife has blonde hair. Give me a little Viking, a little pretty Viking boy. There we go. Konrad, Beata, and Dietrich. They're the perfect little combination. So she is going to be sharp-tongued, When she's in charge of the chancellery, she can explain production tasks in exceptionally precise and clear language without needing paper. And you are going to be a forecaster, which allows you to gather knowledge of trade languages, rumors from the Holy Caravan about price changes for certain goods. Good to know. The notification after each visit to the Holy Caravan. We are going to start in, believe it or not, a hard location. The location of Frostkeep, which is very close to the beginning of the undead invasion. But this is where our people come from. We start with no food in our province, but food from our villages. But we get a lot of wood and we get a lot of metal. So the goal here is, if we are Caden, which we are, is that we can use all of this wood and iron and go on military invasions as much as possible. Probably conquering the Teneans, maybe the Makas. We got a bunch of like Caden allies up here to our northeast. I kind of want to conquer this little peninsula down here. This is really my goal. And then if we form a little military kingdom, we could push up and hopefully hold the line against the undead that come up in that way. Late stream today, it is indeed, Nemke. Hello, hello. You also get a lot of wood? Well, yeah. I have to make myself invisible so we can take a quick look at the banner. You know what? I kind of like this trident because it looks like it's like two arms flexing. And I feel like that's correct. Gold. Little Holy Crusade. Is there a cyan? Yes, there is. And a purple. There we go. We get our little Mardi Gras channel colors. We got hearts. We got slugs. Yeah, no, let's go for this flexing trident. In the town of Frostkeep. We'll push the wrong button. And we get the trident that does that. It's good. Battling back with your dragons in Age of Wonders. Nice, dude. Love it. Love it. I watched a little bit of you. I really liked your design. It looked cool. For our starting scenario, we're going to pick up the Hammer's Way. Your lords are renowned craftsmen, but poor merchants. We start with books about blacksmithing and weapons, but we have significantly less money. The Unholy Horde is going to start. You cannot negotiate with the Horde. You can defeat it or try to survive for 55 days. Unite your neighbors under your rule or make them stronger through trade and defensive alliances. Pray you won't become the Horde's target. Modifiers. I don't know that I want to turn any of these on. They do all sorts of different things, including like all migrants and prisoners start with extra combat. But I feel like we have a lot of iron mines. So excess iron isn't something we should have to worry about. And I'm going to play on normal because we're starting in a hard location. And we've actually never played this game all the way through because it's been impossible until today. Let us begin. Subdue only build is super fun. I like it. I like it.
Since the end of the devastating religious war, the empire fell. And its former provinces
this is the finished version.
Became barbarian kingdoms.
Well, it's early access.
The church managed to revive hope, and peace and prosperity reigned over the ruins of the former civilization.
But we can play the whole way through, not just 20 days.
Time, the influence of the church only grew. But history is cyclical, and power cannot remain in one's hands for long. Wars between kingdoms flare up, one after another. Hunger and poverty force people to abandon their homes and seek refuge.
Are we going to be pro-church or anti-church?
Can your dynasty unite the kingdoms and halt the advance of the Dark Ages? From this moment on, history
That's a good question.
is written by you.
I feel like we might become a little bit of a Crusader barbarian kingdom. Little Deus Vult. Rising Lords as well. Nice, nice. Boo church. Start your own church. I mean, if we could do that, absolutely. I think your characters have like needs, and one of the needs is like praying. The beginning of the story, the year is 2898. 200 years have passed since the Great Crimson Empire perished in the flames of religious war. Former provinces have all become barbaric kingdoms kept from mutual destruction only by the all-powerful Church of Mother Sophia. While the holy prophets speak of the impending end of the world in one of the small kingdoms, a dream, a birth of a new empire is taking shape. Conrad and Beata. What do we start with? We start with a little marketplace. We start with a level 1 dormitory, 3 noble houses. Our baby doesn't need one. Take a quick look at a couple of things. You're going to need a lot of wood. Holy caravan. We're going to need altars and temples, food and housing, hotkeys. We need to appoint people onto our buildings, make us money by selling stuff, make production, learn, do trade, and make warriors. I'm not going to worry too much about all of it. Let's take a little look around the map. Looks like we have a delicious mine right here. So close. Okay, we can move faster if we just click the mouse button. I don't think you can fish, though that would be really nice. Lots of trees. More mountains. There's another mine down that way. Great defensive formation here. Frost Keep was the name of the place. So, okay. I think we probably want to mostly move up towards this mine as much as possible. Let's see what we've got to make. We have no growing fields on the map. This is a big thing. There is nowhere actually that we benefit for farms. Quick look through these. Trade agreements. We have the world. We have provinces of Firestone and Blackwood where they make rutabagas and wheat. What other towns do we have over here? These guys make, looks like rutabagas, iron. That's a whole city. These guys make lots of wheat and meat, so they might be a good one to conquer early. And we don't even know what's going on to the south. But we might be able to make some friends. All right, nowhere to grow food that's any good. So let's focus on what we do know how to do, which is weapon forges, axes, swords, cultural knowledge. A mine probably is going to be really important early on. But let's get the basics down. We need lumber mills. We might as well set it up. Let's say right here. We'll grab a rutabaga field here among all this wheat because we're going to need some type of food. From what I remember, building 2 lumber mills is always good. The other mine is way down that way. But I kind of want all of our buildings nearby. So I think we'll do like 1 lumber mill goes that way. 1 lumber mill goes this way. And then we'll let all the peasants go out and start getting to work, because I'm sure I can't build too much, or otherwise they're going to get absolutely and utterly confused about what's happening. A tavern, an altar, warehouses, libraries, barrackses. Ooh, intimidation and bones. Roads. Beautiful. So how do we get building here? Peasants, off to work with ye. I have 500 wood, 20 iron. We do start with a bit of rutabaga and flour, as well as beer, medical salve, paper, maces, and heavy armor, which I guess is like for our characters. Punish, proposition, bribe for sex. Bit of a weird choice. Direct orders. Here's our son, Derek. Usually, lords decide what to do for themselves, but sometimes you can order them to a task immediately. So what do we got? We got this guy spreading rumors. You're praying, and you're going to daydream. You guys are transferring resources, going to work, spreading rumors, talking about the king. All right, all right. No food, raiding others, and taking theirs. That's the plan. We'll have a little bit of food because I'm sure we're going to need a little bit of food, but I want other villages to prop us up. So let's get cooking. Our lumber mill gets to be managed by Beata, who is our best manager. Eric gains some teaching and some intelligence. One additional job slot. Total production increases by 10% if we want to upgrade it for 15 wood. That's pretty cheap. I don't think we can build walls, but wouldn't it be cool if we could? Could really enclose in this base. You can also be managed. They are saying instructions not received. And maybe not enough workers. Clearly, we're going to need to get some early war slaves. To keep people in check. So we don't know how to build workshops, weapons. What about a mine? We need the corresponding knowledge. For this, we need a library. Beata and Conrad are going on a date. 8 migrants have arrived. There we go. Now we're cooking. And then we have some freelance lords and stuff showing up. All right, we got to get a library going. All the lords are living over here. The lords, I think, are the only ones who can study at the library. So let's get them a nice close-in place. Lords who left or were disowned by their families and did not join another. They arrive with holy caravans and can be hired with rings. Rad Milla. While waiting to be hired, they stand at the entrance of your hall. The contract will last for 10 days, after which the Lord will leave. They can be assigned to any task. If they become friends with your king, you'll be able to invite them to your family and grant them a title. What are you good at? You're a gambling addict. You like being persuasive, but you're not very good at it. You're pretty good at managing and trade. 32 years old. Hire a free lord for 10 days. Cost depends on the level of persuasion skill of the lord who will negotiate with them. These two are having a date. Up. I take it the date is going very well. Very good. I'm glad to hear it. Keep up the good work, everybody. And we have 5 homeless people. Conrad gave credit to Beata. Good job. You banged well. 10 peasants. I guess we better build some more dorms. Then we're going to need like a tavern as well. Up by the fields. Here behind the dorms. Seems like a reasonable spot for it. Let's see what all these peasants get to. Now that they're here and they're working. You're playing dice. You're daydreaming. You're going to play music. The arm of the church is engaged in trade between cities and serves as the primary source of gold and holy rings. In addition to the standard resource, they produce books and prisoners. They are protected and managed by the Inquisition. 32 heavily armed warriors of levels 15 to 18. You can expect a visit from the Inquisitors if you've attacked a holy caravan or severely deteriorated your relationship with the church. They burn houses, the chancellery, and all books, and they kill anyone they see. After cleansing by fire and death, you will be forgiven. Perhaps our new goal is to see if we can survive the Inquisition. We're not great at trading, but we might as well say hi, see what these guys got, because from what I remember, you can buy books. Loyalists will remain loyal forever. Command Caden Army, the fear of death thought experienced by peasants hired into the army is half as strong. This book is written in Caden. That seems pretty good for us. Flavorful ale. A peasant's house, that sounds important. A scaffold, that also sounds important. We have 281 gold, which is not a lot. You need at least 9 intelligence. I think let's buy some basic early books like the Scaffold. And perhaps Hop, Field, and Beer, or Herbalist, or Peasant's House. Do the peasants need their own houses? They would be happier. I feel like we should just be stealing hop fields, temples, and herbalists. The temples allow you a place for homeless people to live, if I'm remembering correctly. But we should have a lot of wood on this map. We do have a lot of wood on this map, so the peasant's house makes sense. I'm going to trade for the two of them. That's what we're going to buy. And then hopefully we can start getting a library built up very soon. World's oldest profession. We do not sow. The only thing we're sowing is oats. Gold balance minus 19,000. Instructions not received into the lumber mill. That's because they were banging. Otherwise, everything else is looking okay. Derek just sleeps on the floor. We could hire Red Milla. Trade management. She's not very intelligent. And I feel like what we're going to want is an intelligent lord who can probably spend his time studying in the library to teach us things. Dex, what's up, dude? Hello, welcome. Yeah, so we got these other guys just sleeping outside. Derek and Conrad head into the hall. Have a bite to eat. This guy is still sleeping on the front porch. Derek is not learning. He has not been receiving any education. Educate in general trading by Conrad. Papa, can you teach me how to be a learned man, Papa? Feels like he's just like pinning him in the corner and shouting at him. Like, you listen here, Derek. When somebody picks up a sword, it means it's time to fight. If they pick up a sword, you kill them. You run them straight through. You gotta learn your lessons the hard way, son. I mean, let's get this mine up and running. ASAP. So Beata should go off. She should give her instructions, and then she should spend the day in the library. Getting drunk. Pretending not to hear her husband. What a good queen. She's living her truth. I'm so curious how many rutabaga fields we're going to need to eat a lot of rutabagas. I have 4 unemployed people. 3 unemployed people. Brewery. Can we make booze out of rutabagas? Here's the real important question. I don't know. We have a market. I don't think we need a drug den yet. We should build an altar. Slap it down here in the middle of town. How long am I planning to stream? 24 hours? We'll see how the day goes. Homeless warriors will sleep on the floor in the temple. Another 4 migrants arrive. I'm going to put a barracks right up here next to the tavern because that feels like the right spot. Dead god. Totems. Dead trees. Bones. Piles of bones. Punished people. Oh my god. Statues. Lighting. Plants. Roads don't seem too expensive, but I feel like they will eventually add up. Divining with bones. Hell yeah, that's hardcore. Studying knowledge and thinking about loved ones. Hey, do you want to hear me read some poetry, son? No, I think I'll just have a bite to eat. How good is the game? We're only on like the 3rd day. In fact, we're only on day 1. Technically. Harvest the rye crop. Poor quality food such as rutabaga affects the overall food. It's time to provide people with flour. You need rye. Build 2 rye fields on the fertile piles in the top left. The treasury is nearly empty. People have nowhere to pray, and alcohol production is absent. We can build moonshine out of rutabagas. Okay. I don't know what rye crop they're talking about. I see like wild rye. We don't even know how to make a rye crop. We'll set up a brewery. The mine is 72% unlocked. Our economic report is plus 66 gold. So we're making decent money. I think we have some rutabagas coming in. Our beer is going down. The rest will grow. Super secret part of Discord. Even Agent wasn't aware of. Someone called Mona said he was going to go from now until the weekend. Oh my god. I would die. Cindy confirmed it, so it must be true, and it's on the internet. These would be some long streams. We're starting to do sleeping streams. You're educating your son. Good. Pieta is running the farm and other things. Going to drink beer, educate. So her general job, it looks like, is books. And his general job, it looks like, is teach son. Shake fist at clouds. The king decides that it's time to announce the ambitions that will determine the future of your noble family. Fertile. The more population, the better. Conquer. Add 3 vassals to your kingdom. Unifier. Expand your alliance. Or economic. Make a lot of money. We're going to go for conqueror. Every king has ambitions. If they're not pursued, over time the king will feel like a failure. Got it. Well, here's an important question. How big are like the armies in these other places? In the garrison, 3 to 5 spearmen, 3 to 5 archers, 9 militia? No. 8 to 10 spearmen, 8 to 10 bowmen, 8 to 10 clubmen, and then this guy is just 11 and 10 in his stats. You are 10 and 9, but 3-5, 3-5. So, okay, so Beastwood would actually be pretty easy for us to take over compared to Wanderlore. Traveling, returning to their hometown. Dragonborn over here says, we're putting up with bandits. And we hate the culture. Ally of Bright Vale. Oh no, these guys like us, sorry. If you select someone, it tells you what other people think of them. These guys make wood and beer. These guys make iron and bows. Moonshine and nectar. I feel like we should make friends with these guys. But I don't really have, like, a free lord to send over there at the moment. You're going to produce. Move, destroy, upgrade, instructions. Automatic assignment. I mean, I guess there's only one thing you can make. Moonshine. Make 100 moonshine for me. That's the goal. Christy, hello. Good afternoon. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. The trader is coming into town. We've learned how to make the mine. Should we go straight for the weapon forge? I don't know what scaffold is for. I remember reading about it. And for the life of me, I cannot remember it. All right, let's crack open the mine. We've got the mine, so let's... There's a workshop and there's a weapon forge. I guess let's go straight for the weapon forge. Y'all are going to make me a mine. Perfection. Perfection. Is this a happy little colony builder? I've been told that I would like this game. Yeah, it's basically like a medieval RimWorld. Is the simple form of it. A coronation ceremony. Ooh. This guy's like, I want blood. Yes, I have selected him. As soon as you're done drinking this beer, you can go do some trading. Prisoners. I do want to be keeping prisoners. We will need a military for that. Wow, that coronation really took up a lot of the day. Conrad got drunk and passed out. God dang it, we missed the trader completely. We are making money. At least that's good. And it does seem like we are also making rutabagas. I have 7 unemployed characters, though, so... No peasants are willing to become warriors. Unbelievable. Useless. God forbid they get anything done in this place. Very similar to your favorite games. I am worried that we're gonna just like run out of stuff, but you know, we do have some early time here. The game is designed to give you like the first, I think 10 days or something. You have a bit of time. Trading with the caravan has limitations. You can always trade with neighbors on the map by signing contracts through the neighboring province menu. Select the lord who has the highest trade. Be aware that you'll be dealing with a lord of the same caliber on the other side. Trade deals offer stable exchanges that caravans trade. Prices can still change. Global map relations are next to other relations here. So could I go to you guys and say, like, buy beer? If you liked me more, yes. Ooh, you can, like, rob their libraries. Flesh wolf hunting. Perhaps it would be good if the king went and hunted a flesh wolf. 51% chance of a good conversation. Well, he's not very good at anything else. But he is pretty good at that. I do want to make some friends. So why don't we send the king off to make friends? Bieta has set up everybody to do their jobs today. And then we'll go back to the Weapon Forge workshop. And the king is off on an adventure. Needs some balancing, but it's in early access, so that's to be expected. Do some ethically questionable things, but that's RimWorld. Ain't it, though? That is RimWorld in a nutshell right there. Iron deposits in the mine will increase by 100, and we will get an additional job in exchange for 80 wood. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to upgrade the mine right away so we have early ore. We're getting a tribute delivery. A box of 48 wheat. Daily statistics for the day. No peasants. Nobody left the city. Frequent negative thoughts, mild fatigue, and the Holy Sophia has forsaken us. For the peasants, prisoners have no thoughts. Warriors have no thoughts. I guess we don't really have any warriors, so. Eventually, peasants will become good enough that we can get warriors, but I guess just not right away. All right, in the meantime, we get 4 iron from here constantly. You're making booze. Chopping down trees. More migrants showing up. The game could use some more music. I think that would be my big thing right now. Is there's big periods where the game is just extremely quiet. Conrad has completed his hunting task. You are planning to start a war with Greenspire. Okay. And you're on your way home? Bald! Minus 20 to interest. Sorry, dude. Life is hard. When you're bald, life is tough. We almost have enough to buy beer off of them. We still have some beer. And we have a couple of visitors. You're going to command in combat, so I don't really want you. The trader, on the other hand. Is it possible that we can trade with you? Yes. Very good. You got books. What books do you have? Flavorful ales, hop fields, herbalists, temples, captives. Armies with captives move 50% slower than without them. Combat Volume 1. In hand-to-hand combat. Your lords and warriors are twice as skilled in hand-to-hand combat, regardless of their skill. Let's pick up captives. Now, I want to say let's pick up hand-to-hand combat. Because it might take us a while to actually get some weapons online. I don't really want to sell anything, so we'll just trade for that right now. We'll get money as time goes on. Late start today. Thought you were off. Yeah, no, I had a couple of appointments this morning that I had to get to. to make sure all was good. But we'll go a little late today for it as well. A request from assistance from Greenspire. A Rothgar from Brightville is planning to plunder Greenspire. Shame. Pity. Real pity, that is. I like our altar versus a temple, because I feel like this is some sort of awful god with all the burning skulls around it. Very good, very good. Everything looks good there. I mean, I suppose I could start hiring mercenaries. Hire them without equipment to make sure to provide it to them. The church's tax on your army increases by 10. Based on combat skill. Okay. We also have homeless population, so we should probably build some more houses. We're 23% to the weapons forge. Let's slap another dorm down for now. The more people, the better. The more people, the bigger the army. You had a phone interview at 10 a.m., but they never called. Oh my god. Did you call them? Guess it's always kind of like the flip thing you can do. Civilization disappears gradually. The process can last for centuries, and ordinary citizens don't notice anything until the very end. But a ruler knowledgeable in history must understand that only by uniting warring kingdoms can he prevent the onset of dark ages. Norland is now at a crossroad. The church has long been unable to cope with the variety of challenges its people face. Wars, famine, and disease have become commonplace. Technology and knowledge are not yet lost, but if nothing is done, they will soon disappear. There is always hope. For that, you must unite 12 Norland provinces under your control and proclaim yourself the new emperor and challenge the church's inquisition. Okay. Okay. Hell yeah. I want to do that. Absolutely. Give us some time, give them the benefit of doubt. It's for a second job, part-time. Okay, okay. I mean, it always shows a little enthusiasm. If you're like, hey, we were meant to have this thing. What happened? But it's also like, if they didn't call you, what's going on there? What's wrong with this business? How come no phone calls? Derek put Conrad in his place. You tell him, Dad. He's like, this is the mine. If you misbehave, you're going in there. You understand me? I know you yearn for it. Ooh, man, studying this weapon forge is slow. Oh, this is the scaffold. Looks like just a little place to give a speech. Perhaps it is just a little place to give a speech. Mild hunger, mild fatigue. Yeah, we got lots of rutabaga. No peasant should be hungry. We got flour. We have rye. Some rye. Though I can't seem to make it. That's all right. Everybody is like working hard. For now. I wish I could see like what the workshop and the weapon forge make. I'm worried I'm going to make the weapon forge and they're going to be like, oh, you need a charcoal burner. All right, we've got Nebcott. Who's good at trade, good at management. Their specialties in combat, but they're terrible at it. Values intrigue, bureaucracy, demagogue, and religion. Result of the war, the neighboring province of Greenspire. Emigration from there is increased. The refugees belonging to Vern. The Holy Caravan will send Hop at 2 times the price. I keep forgetting to trade on a daily basis, even though I guess we didn't really have any money. Harvest the rye crops. I guess, yeah, we might as well upgrade both the lumber mills. If I have 6 unemployed people, why not? Can't upgrade the farm. I could upgrade the brewery. Again, why not? Lots to do. We're 54% to the weapon forge. Build additional warehouses to speed up construction. Warehouses function directly without workers. You can hire additional builders. Also. So you're telling me if I was to put a warehouse, say, right here, it might speed up productions? For anything in this area? I'm a little bit worried because they have these trees they're working on. I don't just want them to... I want them to chop down and harvest these trees. We can wait a little on the warehouse. New game you haven't seen yet. Yeah, bud. RimWorld with Graveyard Keeper graphics. That's pretty close. Smack strongly the brush off. I mean, it happens sometimes, right? The Unholy Horde, the Inquisition's mission, has returned with dire news. In the Northwestern Forces, a so-called Unholy Horde has formed, a union of forest tribes under the rule of a heretical cult, the Heresy of the Dead God. Set aside your conflicts and unite against this new threat. Dragonhorn has a neutralization order. Forest bandits are hiring bandits and stealing rings and selling prisoners. I don't think any of them are near us, though. This bandit leader wants to sell 6 prisoners for $12 each. That's a pretty good deal. Do I need prisoners right now? I don't even have room for them. So I guess probably not. Brush off does happen to feel personally like it's incredibly unprofessional. Make an effort not to use it. Yeah, I mean, I like to try and give the benefit of the doubt where one can. I guess I'm realizing, like, I could set other people to research other things. Oh, Conrad's just such an idiot, though. Ah, here we go. Peasants. Barracks cannot hold all the hired warriors. Yes, they can. Church raises levies on your armies and uses these to fund and maintain the safety of the roads. Tax depends on the total combat skill of your warriors, which is 2. The amount of tax for each warrior is determined by their combat skill at the time of recruitment and does not increase as their skill grows. The matriarch may raise the tax if your state grows significantly. Train your guys at a training ground over time. All right, well, that's clearly what I need next. Do I not know how to make a training ground? Clearly, I do not. These guys are starting a band. Waiting for the trader to show up. All right, what does he got? Loyalty basics. Flavorful ale, hop fields, herbalists, combat, intimidation of tramps. Vagabonds intimidated by executions will be afraid to commit crimes, and a temple. I have 39 gold. What happened to all my gold? How heavily am I getting taxed here? I could sell some iron, but also iron depletes over time, so I don't know that I ever want to sell iron. I don't really want any of these books. They're not the most immediate thing. Doop, 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 doop. See what neighboring lords want to buy on the map. Improve relations between your kings and start external trade. Oh, you guys want to buy wood? Oh, no, you're buying beer and you're selling wood. Oh, that's useless. You're buying bows and selling iron. You're buying daggers, selling wood. These guys are buying moonshine. These two people have also joined up together. So now we have like bigger armies around us that we're going to have to fight. This is definitely, if we just get a bit of an army going, I believe that we can win that fight. Hopefully without too much difficulty. We made 70 bucks. And we have no problems with the old economy. %, towards weapon forges. Captives, hand-to-hand combat. I feel like Conrad should learn about captives. Because he's going to be the one who's leading the army that takes all the war slaves. And how old is this kid? This is a real question. State, child. He's good at trade, intelligence, management, teaching. Okay. He's 5 years old. Noted. Study book, general training, inspection queue. He's got to inspect the storage every day, I guess. Is this game as good as it looks? I don't know yet. I've enjoyed it so far from the early stuff. There's always more to see and learn. I believe you can fly, you can touch the sky. Think about it every night and day. I don't know, man. R. Kelly was up to some weird stuff. I do feel like we should probably build a road to the mine. Because that's going to be like the longest travel time for us. Spend a little money on that. Beastwood, Lord is ready to leave. Rumors have it that Lord Harmon is planning to leave his noble house and is awaiting invitations from other kings. You can intervene, offer him to join your noble house, but it will worsen your relations with King Tyralos. Harmon, are you any good? You're good at teaching, and you're good at intelligence. Hold on, hold on, hold on. But he doesn't like us. Alliances of free cities. Something that we could maybe do. We're about to get weapon forges. The lumber mills are working away pretty hard. Can we move these as well is another thing? Move the building, yeah. Requires new builders, but because they clear out these trees, we'll start shifting them. I want to clear out as much of this as I can, I think. They're working. They're hustling. Does the game have dragons? It does not. It is a pretty, like, low fantasy. Weapon Forge is unlocked. Smelting furnace to make steel requires coal and iron. Oh. Ew. I'm going to research the scaffold. And we're going to build a weapon forge where we can make maces, spears, axes, and swords. I'm going to build it right here, honestly. That'll be a fine spot for it. Have to wait for the mods for dragons? I feel like it's the kind of game that you could definitely see it getting like a whole Battle Brothers mod pack to go with it. All right, what do we got? We got a lord here who is good at persuasion and manners. I could hire you and have you serve as a diplomat. What's going on over here? Suspicious. Touching each other's butts. I see what's going on. I do this to my partner too. I'm always like, but. It's irresistible. It's the trick. Well, let's hire this person. I feel like we're bad at manners. We're bad at persuasion. Sorry to interrupt your banging. Can you do both these things? Yes. First, the trade. Tax on warriors. I owe them 12 bucks. Combat temple, herbalist, loyalty, Haydn army, 198. Do we have a lot of anything? Okay, I'm wondering whether or not it's possible to get this. I would need to raise 150 bucks. Sold. Unique indicator for each product shows the amount the market can absorb without the price decreasing. If the quantity of your sale exceeds the local demand for the resource, the market becomes oversaturated and the price drops. Participation in states can increase local demand. Noted. Okay. And then we'll hire a lord. Never tried Battle Brothers. Seems amazing. Huge learning curve. A bit repetitive. It could depend. There's some very good mods and the like for Battle Brothers as well. I find it repetitive in the fact that I always lose really fast. I've been really tempted to do a Battle Brothers run lately. Try to force myself to learn how to play the game. My warriors are unhappy. Consider building a temple, setting visitation filters only for warriors and preaching fanaticism there. Be aware this strategy will make you dependent on the church. Or just pay them better. I would like to hire more peasants. More warriors. Let's get this cooking. And Nephiri. Educate social. I want you to go out on missions here. If I could improve relations with Tenea, I could sell them moonshine. Bad manners, bad manners. Okay, bad manners. Okay, maybe I can politely demand tribute. Burn it to the ground, threat of plunder, demand vassalage. Oh, what are these guys? 7 bandits with combat skill 5 without weapons will join your army. This will cost 350 gold. Interesting. Okay, so there are bandits we can hire. Maybe that's what we should be doing. Just hiring bandits and upsetting the neighbors. I guess we'll make friends with Dragonhorn. Seems to be the reasonable thing to do. Send an envoy that way. For right now, you know. It's a Canadian mating ritual or something they do in Newfoundland. Maybe Brimworld in the end. Battle Brothers is awesome. Highly recommend. Textbook definition of learn through losing. I would say it's a textbook definition of learn through, like, watching filthy robot battle tutorials on YouTube. I feel like I never learn when I'm playing Battle Brothers. I just lose a lot. Recommend starting on the standard start, learning a few things before trying other starts. Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. The other starts are they changed the game a lot. Totally not a cultist. Trying to corrupt another soul. Game isn't kidding when it says start on basic. Yeah. It is not a game you want to just, like, jump up on the difficulties. Not in the slightest. Why does this say -2? 3 unemployed. I have 1 fanatic. One of my soldiers was yellow, and now he is not. Or he has left. They said the other thing I could do is I could pay my army better. Yes. At the end of the workday, each peasant receives a wage that you have set. They will then go to the market and buy 1 unit of food, and with the remaining money, they will try to buy 1 unit of alcohol. For moderate mood, it is sufficient that the price of food is lower than the salary. $3 per rutabaga, $5 per beer, or $3 per moonshine. Peasants get paid $5 a day, so they cannot buy a rutabaga and a moonshine per day. 1 unit of alcohol every 2 to 3 days. Okay, that's fine then. Yeah, I think that works out for me. Okay. Warriors get paid a little bit extra. I feel good about that. How is it so far? So far, so good. We've got a little start going. We got to get a weapon forge built. My warriors are consistently unhappy, but it's probably because they don't have a training field, because I can't. It is hilarious that we are like the guys who know how to do combat, and yet we don't know how to build a training field. Ah, we need 1 additional resident in the city, and we will unlock it. So that should happen today. We just need patience. Dunk, 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 dunk. Marriage. When the current generation of lords dies, you may find yourself in a difficult situation if they haven't had any children. The best solution is a legitimate marriage. I don't think we need to worry about that at the moment. tools. So I can now make spears and maces. Yeah, okay, they both require coal. Which means I need a coal furnace. She's currently researching the scaffold still, so annoyingly, we're just going to have to wait until that's done. We're getting our tribute of rutabagas and rye. Strangely enough, we cannot produce beer. Oh, we need hops. We could do that. If we made a hop field or just started buying hops, with the tribute we get in grain, we could make beer instead of moonshine. We have a request for assistance from Greenspire. Voindar has reached the age of marriage and awaits proposal. I'm sorry, who can I marry a groom off to? Nobody. Okay. They are being a threat of vassalage from Beastwood. From Beastwood? The aggressor's army has 3 to 5 archers, 3 to 5 spearmen, and a swordsman in heavy armor. Pirilla will likely help Eadgath from Lakehold. I think that's these guys. Age of marriage, age of marriage. Everybody's reaching the age of marriage except my kid. Grow up, Derek. God. Useless. Some of our warriors are afraid of dying. That is happening right now. According to Reddit, asking where he is, apparently he lost the passion, only streams a game he finds he's really into. That makes sense. I mean, when you play a game for so long, especially if you make a bunch of guides about it, like, it's very easy to burn out and be like, okay, I've already done everything on it, sort of thing. He does still stream, though. I see him on every now and then, but he struggles. He's pretty, like, open with his struggles. He has, like, videos about, like, the state of his channel and, like, the economics of it that are fairly interesting. Unemployed peasants can leave your city or turn to crime. Okay, you need scaffolds to punish criminals. Or we could terrorize the population. Noted. I'm about to be bankrupt. What's all my money going to? Beata is pregnant with Conrad's child. Oh, you are very green. State, baby. Well, that's great news. My son has cheered me up. And now they're going for a nice walk. He's stressed out over his wife being pregnant, I guess. We gained 36 gold today. That's it. What is the difference between a green guy? You are jobless. You're a bandit. Can I build patrols? Lumberjacks and herbalists protect from flesh wolf attacks. Guards among your warriors will go and patrol during daytime. We'll patrol in the evening. I think you can make these bigger. Yeah. Okay, we have a couple of guards. I feel like this gives our warriors something to do, and will make it so that that bandit who sleeps in there won't just like rob the nobles in the middle of the night. Can't believe we can't make any weapons. Swords take steel, and so do axes. Two times more effective than the dagger, but 30% weaker than the spear. 9 times more effective than the dagger, and 30% more effective than the mace, but is not very durable and not good against armored opponents. Ah, maces are good for capturing prisoners. You can go hunting with other lords, yes. I would love to know what these rye crops in the top left of the map it keeps telling me about are. Because I do not believe we have those. All right. Today, I guess, is focused on tech. We should probably send Neferi out to do things. Oh, these guys should be helped. They're also buying booze. Maybe we could make friends with you guys. I have to make friends with just the king, right? Yeah. The king is not home. Iron reserves in mines are not infinite. You have to keep increasing it to dig deeper and deeper and deeper. After level 5, the mine is completely exhausted. I don't understand. This character doesn't she have like a crazy manner score? Her manners is 9. Interest, falling in love. Yes, yes. One of your neighbors can speak ill of a mutual neighbor. Ultimatum on neutralities. I mean, I guess we could just go out and flesh wolf hunt with our lord again. I feel like I got this character to go off and make friends with people, and she's so bad that I can't do anything with her. I could start her studying, but it would take a really long time. Maybe I could have her on, like, the peasant's house. That seems pretty low priority. I need old, pregnant Bieta to probably spend less time managing. I guess it's tricky because you don't really want a lord who's just wandering around to be the person who does all your research, because then when they leave, they're going to leave with all that knowledge. Which ain't going to be so good for you. Okay, all of our warriors are being more warrior-like. Get another guy in there. I think we have enough people that when the Holy See shows up next time, i.e. right now, we can get that book we need. Borodar, son of Lutodar. He is pretty generic. And he's a Varn. I don't think we like Varnlings. So we could maybe be rude to him if we wanted. This last video 4 months ago, do our regular streams. Yeah, I mean, there's always a balance you got to strike. It's tricky. Effectiveness of warrior training at the training field is increased by 30%. Pig farm. Okay, there's the training ground. Ah, Caden training would be really good. I don't think I can afford that, though. I have to pay 60 gold for tax on warriors? Damn, Daniel. That is market saturation. I'm going to sell off 11 because this is a temporary price increase on iron. So it's like super valuable right now. So we can saturate the market and get the most bucks deluxe from it. Sadly, we're going to have to save up for the other stuff. But alas. All right, what else can we get rid of here? First steps, hotkeys, instructions, making money, production we understand, knowledge we understand, internal trade we understand, warriors, create your stuff yourself. They're cowards at first, okay. Direct orders we understand how to do. Freelance lords we get. Hold the caravan we get. Ambitions I understand. Foreign trade we've gotten out. Neighbors. Warehouses for fast construction. Tax on warriors, yes. Different types of states, yes. Market demand we just did. Marriage, okay. Vagabonds are bad. Hunting is good. Iron reserves go down. People are interested in things. Wounds. Inflamed wounds can gangrene. Must be treated with medical salve. Okay. Noted, noted, noted. We've learned scaffolding, and we have completed our hunt with Dragonhorn. Let's go straight for that coal furnace. That was stupid. Can I actually change that? Let's go straight for that training ground. Terralos from Beastwood is becoming stronger and plans to annex Greenspire soon. I don't know, man. He's got to fight Lakehold as well. I don't think he's going to succeed at that. If he does, we'll see how it goes. Don't like Burnlings? Is it because they always leave the door open? Name something Grombrindle. I don't think we have any, doing any renames on this one right now. But I'll give you your points back, Sirik. I mean, you're a mod. You can also give your points back yourself. Fun fact, apparently there's a couple of novels set in the Battle Brothers world. Kind of interesting to check them out. Oh, that's very cool. I do know, like, RimWorld has a really good Battle Brothers mod set for it that I find fascinating. Scaffolds. During working hours, executioners search for vagabonds suspected of crimes and lead them to the scaffold. They will be punished with the chosen penalty. If there are no suspects, the executioners engages in preventions. You can also organize terror among different population groups. I mean, I feel like putting this right next to the bar is for sure the way to go. It's almost like a performance. That location, maybe not. Not quite. I want people to be able to walk around the buildings. All right, we're coming into this day with 239 gold. Why are you topless in this picture? Very strange. It's like you're just hot and sweaty in the library. As a result of the war in the neighboring province of Greenspire, emigration from there has increased. Varn refugees. The Holy See is selling hops. You're depressed. Why are you depressed? Need for piety. You need a temple. Their shrine's not good enough, I guess. You also need to bang, and you're tired. Need for rest. I haven't drunk anything for 2 days. Subjects of Varn are pleased that your king has refrained from conflict. The farm soil will soon deplete. Prepare wood in advance. All right, that should be no problem. We got lots of wood. We got wood for days. I am going to also move that lumberjack up a bit. At this point, it feels right. Place for carrying out punishment during working hours. They search for vagabonds. Yes, we've already figured that out. What are you? Unholy Horde? I think so. Bum, bum, boom. The Unholy Horde is about to attack Greenspire. If they succeed, the city will be completely destroyed and the Lord exterminated 20 Unholy Horde fighters. Well, hopefully Beastwood goes and tries to defend them and loses their army, and then we can use that to take over Beastwood. That's going to be the goal. The hope. What are you? An executioner. Ah, the bandit is giving testimony and the executioner is intimidating them. Upgrading a building provides additional workspaces and performance bonuses. The closer the building is to a temple, the less time workers will spend commuting to the workplace in the morning, and the closer it is to the warehouse, the less time they spend bringing resources to production. Prisoners work 3 hours longer than peasants. Loyalists and workers under Nectar work much faster. A deep love for the king and become loyalists. Oh man, I didn't realize this. Oh, we definitely want this. This is like the opposite of fanatic, and fanatics are pro-church, and we're anti-church. They aspire to serve in the king's army. There's no room for the fear of death. They're happy to be in the same squad as the king. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We've seen them pop up in books before. Loyalist training, so... We have terror for unjustified executions and punishment. Since characters of different social classes do not communicate with each other, terror among the peasants does not cause fear among the lords. Terror among the lords goes unnoticed by the peasants. You can also target a specific culture, which will inspire the culture that hates them. For example, Cadian peasants will be pleased if we terrorize the Varn. The positive thought from terrorizing a hated culture is so strong that this is one of the best tools for creating terrorists. Yes. We will be terrorizing the Varn population. Let's make some loyalists. Are you Varn? No, you're Caden. For now. I don't know why the scaffold needs 3 people working it, but... why not? We're going to have to upgrade this again soon. We're already 69 out of 200. Iron Mind. Ooh, man. Good to know. Peasant's house, knowledge learned. Living space for 2 peasants. Having personal housing provides them with strong positive thought, significantly increasing their chance of becoming loyalists. If there's a shortage of houseless, homeless people may have to sleep in the ground or a temple, which worsens their mood. It does cost iron to build peasant houses, but it feels like also the right choice. I'm going to build 2 peasant houses, and whoever becomes my first loyalists can proudly serve us. Ooh, look at this. We're getting more and more warriors here. How many unemployed people do I have? 5 currently. You just take all of you? You're a fanatic. I don't want you in the army. We might need more barracks. The people of Varn are suffering from cultural terror. Excellent. Kaiden is happy. Excellent. Mood depends on migration. Unemployed people significantly reduce migration as people are looking for jobs. War increases migration by 30% as refugees flee. Cultural terror also affects it. New settlers bring with them gold. Reduce migration by selling less alcohol and spreading rumors. Conrad's in a bad mood. I'm being neglected by Derek. Goddess will punish me. All right. All right. You guys really want that temple, don't you? The temple that we don't know how to make. I was kind of hoping that if we just didn't have a temple that they would just get over it. But instead, they're getting depressed. With values below 25, their lord will refuse to carry out orders and may fall into depression. Mild loneliness, moderate fatigue. I notice we have a lot of fatigue, and that confuses me because they should just be sleeping whenever they want to. Pray at a temple or an altar. He should also be able to pray. We lost a lot of money that day. So my economy is in a bit of weird shambles. And I think I need to build another barracks. Okay, that's built. Good. We'll get a training ground down here after. We have no unemployed people, but that's great. We have 11 warriors. They really have fear of death, but that'll change. Cutthroats are the most dangerous and highly armed criminals. They can steal gold rings and books, as well as kidnapping lords. We have 1 cutthroat. Ordinary vagabonds develop into cutthroats over time or a result of observing executions. They are armed with daggers. Cutthroats can attack lords in addition to peasants. Might be bribed by unfriendly neighbors to carry out nefarious tasks. Place a patrol banner near their homes to keep them safe. We have a Kaiden cutthroat. And chancelleries. Clerks work here and can be assigned to administration building instead of lords. The building requires the constant presence of a managing lord, but enables up to 3 clerks to distribute instructions to a very large number of buildings. Production bonus from the clerk's instructions is determined by their management skill. Each instruction costs paper. This must be the mask of shame. Injuries. Yeah, here's the cutthroat. Some odd-looking vagabonds might decide to become cutthroats if he's executed. Peasants are punished by executioners, lords are punished, blah, 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 blah. I mean, feels like I should just execute this guy if he's a cutthroat. I guess we don't know if he's done any crimes. He's so happy. But then he's like, oh, rutabagas. I'm going to kill the king. He really jumped up. Got angry real fast. Shocking. Keep him happy. I mean, I'll try, but... What's going on with you? You're immobile. Doing nothing. Why are you immobile? Is it because you're so pregnant? 8 hours. Yeah, probably. All right, you're really upset because you haven't prayed in a super long time. How about you drop whatever you're doing and go pray? This doesn't appear to be changing. Oh, no, there we go. It went from -13 to -7. Buildings can deteriorate over time. You need wood for fertilization to return to ash. Typically, buildings repaired requires tools. And we need to know how to build it. All right, I have a lot of rutabagas and a lot of moonshine. If I made friends with Crystalia, we could start selling off our moonshine. Wait, I'm confused. Are these guys selling or buying? The way that this is phrased. Flesh wolf attack. Oh, we better go deal with that. City buys moonshine. All right, we'll see if we'll see about getting him fed on positive relations. You can do patrols, yada yada yada. Guards become tired from patrols. Rotation of guards among hide warriors occurs automatically. Flesh wolf attack. That's got to be you. Fighting a lumberjack. Well, you're going to become a warrior at this rate. Or a corpse. Okay. Have I ever heard of the game called Dragon Force? An old Sega Saturn game? I don't know it. No. The only Dragon Force I know is, like, the band. Super cute. The unholy horde has destroyed a noble house. Burned down all the villages. And a new child is born. Rass. Rasse. What do you like doing? You like combat. You're an head chopper with early balding and monogamous. Oh my god, you're the perfect... You will become a good child. Conrad will teach you how to fight. Now we have 2 children. Oh, we also have a trader here. We should absolutely go trade with them. Let's get that going. So unique. Wish they'd remake it. Careful what you wish for. Sometimes we get remakes and they're terrible. Heard of Dragon Force? I was a cool kid with a Nintendo, though. That's fair. I would not say I was a cool kid with a Nintendo. Eternal Loyalists? Oh, man. Okay, clearly I need to get a temple. How do I have 37 gold and I owe you 96? So expensive. I guess. Let's do that. I mean, I clearly need some sort of temple right now, so we can work in getting one up and running. We've almost got the coal furnace, which will be real good and nice for us. This says I made $19. Suddenly I have $195. Coal furnace, ready to go. Can we make ye right away? It's gonna cut down a lot of trees, but whatever. I think I'm gonna want to build a warehouse probably up in this area as well now. So we have a bit of ability to get around. Less of a trip for the mines as well. Yeah, so I want to look at finance here to understand how this is working. Where's all my money going? Resources spent. Wages, consumption of food, and alcohol. Minus 80 wood. But I keep feeling like I keep losing gold, and I'm not sure where, because I had like no gold, and then suddenly I had 200 gold. Is it just because we're like paying our warriors? I mean, I'm assuming that must be it. Daily wages expense. It's got to be that. Got to be. How is the game? Downloading now, pretty exciting. So far, so good. Some things are a little unclear, but and some things are like a little slow. But it's been enjoyable. Mostly. This is Cutthroat doing strolling around. Can't be trusted. Criminals. Looks like RimWorld in awesome ways. Yeah, I mean, it's for sure it's that vibe, right? I don't understand. How do we not have guards when I have like 11 warriors on staff? Neferi has gained the sublimation trait. Tired from work 3 times weaker. 20% chance of nervous breakdown. Does not suffer from lack of sex. Cause long period of time without sex. Well, that happens to the best of us. You were laughed at minus 12. Everybody's upset about the goddess. Guess we could have her study for the temple. Payday is a thing, it does seem, yeah. The 3 bars at the bottom. Bank shooter game, they made 3 of them. Right, so I guess I'm paying my warriors, and then I also have to pay them tax as well. Just a bit of a tricky problem. Made only 2 paydays, and now they made 3 Indiana Jones. Guys, I don't know why you need to be told to go chop wood. Firestone is paying rutabagas. A lot of our buildings require instructions and managers. Yetta kind of has too many jobs to manage now. But with this, we should have coal. With coal, we should have spears. Right? And maces. You also need a manager? Why is there a warehouse over here? I didn't build a warehouse over there. Man, it'd be really cool if all of my warriors would do their job. Oh, that was one of my warriors. What is this guy doing? You're patrolling. There's a flesh wolf in your patrol zone. You have a mace and heavy armor. Can you hunt it? What happens if I tell you? Talking to your son about your mom. Bietta's in a bad mood, so she's not willing to do her job. Because the goddess hates her too much. And she's horny and hungry. I'm very confused about hunger because it's like we eat every day. So they shouldn't be hungry ever. There's not a food issue. Interrogating witnesses. Drinking beer. I guess you're not gonna go hunt that flesh wolf for me. When the loving family considers your settlement big enough, they send you a bishop. Your lords can confess to the bishop to remove their sins as well as other actions. He can provoke a religious uprising if they quarrel with your lords. The matriarch places great weight on your local bishop's opinion. If the bishop dies, your relations with the matriarch will deteriorate by kill bishop penalty. I guess the bishop is coming. The bishop is coming. The bishop is coming. Want to try this? Also, I want to play RimWorld, and that's free. A cursed life right there. Uthred of Bebenberg? Who is Uthred of Bebenberg? Later in the books, he's okay. Best book series, but you can't get anyone to read it. That's always the deal, right? If you get really into a game or really into a book and you're like, oh, I wish other people would play this or read this. And it's very, very hard. And then like 5 years later, they'll finally do it. And they'll be like, wow, this is the greatest thing I've ever consumed. This is incredible media. And you'll be like, yeah, it is. What convinced you? Tasteless rutabaga, mild fatigue. Flavorful ale, pig farm, command, Caden warriors. Well, I don't got the money for any of this at all. So I'm not going to trade. Conrad and Dorabar have started a fight. Who is Dorabar? No, this guy. Did they start a fight? It didn't really seem like it. We have a dangerous neighbor. Beastwood. Yeah. They're not that dangerous. Soon as we get our weapons online, which should be happening because we have coal, right? Conrad and Kamika. Who is Kamika? The innkeeper wearing the mask of shame. Dude, Conrad, you are having the worst time of your life. You're shamed for your sins now as well. Sin of fighting? You're a Viking warrior. That's not a sin. Get out of here. My God. Is it Magic the Gathering? It's called Dungeon Crawler Carl. I mean, that's a pretty good name. Convincing people's rough. Good Lord, I called a coworker. Their name is Marcus Louise, which is apparently just a first name, not a whole name. I said, hello, is this Marcus Louise? And he said an incredibly thick accent. Yes, it is Marcos Louis, in an obnoxious way to make sure I know he pronounced his name. Do we get that a lot in Quebec? Yeah. I had to go get a massage. My leg was like, I can't walk. My knee is really bad right now, and I had to go get a massage last week. And the masseuse tried to tell me that I was saying my name wrong in real life. And I was like, cool. This is a great start. I introduced myself, and he was like, that's not how you say that name. And I was like, yes, it is. It's been my name for quite a long time. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. But nobody in Quebec can pronounce my name properly, so it happens. When you have a weird Irish Gaelic name, that tends to be the case. Nobody knows how to pronounce it anywhere except for Ireland. You've read thousands of books you care about and remember dozens of characters. Most books I can remember like one or two. Some are good. Have I invented guns yet? Not yet. We have invented spears. All right, so we have over 40 people, which is why the bishop has shown up. The matriarch's relationship. Do they not like that we have fanatics? If the relations are unfriendly, the caravan will decrease and stop coming to the city. She will warn you about impending disasters. You can request a blessing. She will also send the Inquisition if you're dropped below 100. Yikes. We made 9 gold today. But we've almost got the temple, the training ground, and the captives ready to go. And we should start producing weapons. Which means we should start to have an army. Our army probably needs some training, but... Problems. There are no problems. So the problems banner is flashing. Alliance proposal. Brightvale. Join the Alliance of Free Cities under his leadership. These are all Kaiden. All members pledge to send their warriors to the rescue if the Alliance requests aid. A province's membership in the Alliance will be revoked if the relationship drops below 25. Warfare, dark deeds, and intrigue is also precluded. Alliance members can enter into trade contracts without restrictions and market demand increase. Members of the city alliances cannot have vassals. Okay, well, that's not going to happen because I'm going to attack these guys really soon. Or at least that's the plan. I probably should take that alliance. It would probably be the smart thing to do, but I'm not gonna. I really wish somebody would kill this wolf. That's what I would like to have happen. That's what I need. Main character's cat escapes the house in the freezing cold. All of a sudden, the buildings collapse and a stairway appears. He enters it, and it's a dungeon aliens create. MMORPG like reality show. Interesting. Lit RPG with mainstream quality writing, editing, and storytelling. Interesting. Does my name do that Irish Gaelic thing where it's got an EU that's pronounced Y? It has like an A that's pronounced like an I. And it does have an accent in it, so yes, kind of. Universe is insane, but it feels real. Like, Eog Han is pronounced Owen? No, it's not that bad. It's not like Syoba hand as Siobhan. Sometimes the Irish stuff is really crazy. 150 wood. A temple to Mother Sophia. I mean, I don't really want this, but I don't think I've got a choice. I think you need to have it. Hop will be infected by a parasitic fungus that destroys all the crops. Good to know, I guess. Here goes literally all of my wood. Dude, Conrad is in fights non-stop right now. I'm really hoping this temple solves the problem. Oh yeah, a few fanatics minus 12. Oh no, I need 6 more wood. And I can't even relocate buildings. There's a rivalry among the lords. Oh good, the bishop hates my wife. Too many unemployed, and she can't do all the jobs that I need her to do. So we're gonna have to start breaking down some stuff. By breaking down, I just mean like the king is gonna have to actually do some jobs. These are kind of the less important things. This. I guess you could also take over that. We'll see how that works. Might be a little bit better. Problem you've had with lit RPG. You read one, kind of okay. Tried a couple others. It was meh. I'll go play a game instead. I feel like that with Warhammer books sometimes. I read a lot of them. Sometimes they're really good. Sometimes I'm like, oh, what is this book? This book is terrible. Kindle only, Amazon published trash books. Read a lot of them. I don't know lit RPG at all. I feel like I need to look into this. Your lords and warriors are twice as skilled with axes. I do want Eternal Loyalist, but I have nothing to trade. I'm going to take the hop field. Oh my god, and I need to pay tax. If you don't talk to the trader every day, I guess this amount keeps doubling. Wow, I need to make a lot of money right now. 100 rutabagas. Bunch of wheat. Some iron. I have 134 bucks. I guess I don't need to give you that iron. Woof. She's been so busy. She hasn't been able to work on training grounds at all for 2 days. Nonsense. Hydrocheck Baryon, thank you. And Oxy, thank you for the 5 months of Twitch Prime. Milton Garnvey, not even close. You do it wrong. A place named Milngavie. I would not know how to pronounce that. For sure. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you for the support. They have a habit of doing the anime trope of having like stupidly OP main characters. It's a popular one. Minus 36 shame for sins. Because you keep getting into fights, because you won't stop getting into fights, because you're in a bad mood, which is putting you into more fights. Am I in a death spiral? I feel like what I'm learning here is you can't do military, because the stuff that you need to build the military, you need to actually just build a fully successful town beforehand. We have 9 unemployed people. Can we just conscript them all? Oh, but they cost money to conscript. You're a loyalist. I'll hire you for sure. Our economic report says we lost 44 gold yesterday. And also most people didn't work. Didn't do their jobs. Because I guess they were in bad moods. Dragonhorn is getting attacked by the horde. I kind of feel like we have to win that fight with them, because if we don't, we're probably the next ones on the menu. I don't have an army yet though. Like, I've managed to produce 2 spears. Since students cannot surpass the skill level of the teacher, you need assistants who want to have lords with high levels and take advantage of special talent traits. Okay. An enemy is plotting. Tyralos from Beastwood. We need temples. I have a temple. Oh, no. It's 96% complete. Will somebody go build this? For the love of the Holy Sophia, somebody finish the temple. Please. All my lords are depressed and can't do their jobs. Literally, these guys are builders. Their only job is to build things. Oh my god. They were going and then the bell rang. And then they all decided to stop. Beta cheats on her spouse with a commoner. The executioner. He's going to execute himself. Oh my god, and she's pregnant. This is a disaster. We're falling apart. I'm also going to execute that child the moment it's born. This is what's happening. Execute me, baby. Here's Conrad. He's like, hey, you slept with my wife. Off with your head. How do you feel about that? Better or worse? Shame for sins, minus 63. Conrad, nervous breakdown. Inflicting harm on himself. Oh, good. Well, you're the boss now. I guess you can sleep with whoever you want. I think we are in a full death spiral. Yikes! He was my military commander. Why did he have to go and kill himself? I mean, I guess I know why. His wife cheated on him. Damn, dudes. Can I see, like, how many... I have 2 spears and 5 maces. I guess you better be the new manager for these places. Raid villages, neutralize the commander, bribe their heir. Composite squads. Three archers. Oh, well, you guys are going to lose that fight for sure. Eastwood has become our enemy, is now in a state of war. I guess that makes sense. Did we finish building the temple? My God, we finally did. So there's certain things that's like the game requires you to have in order not to immediately death spiral. Different type of booze, a different type of food, a temple, probably the scaffold as well. A library, obviously. I'm not so sure about military equipment. It's very confusing because if you don't have characters who can actually manage all the stuff either, it seems like once you get into a death spiral, it's really hard to get out of it. Mayor of Noobtown, also okay. Before Agent went live, I was watching Cringer. He also had his wife cheat on him with a random person. I think it's pretty common. What's really confusing is she has a trait, monogamous, which should mean she can't cheat, like she doesn't cheat on me, but I guess, I don't know, you eat too much rutabaga, and that's it. Fertility 20. Oh, I understand. I understand. That was a big waste of time. I mean, I'm going to build it anyway. Looks like Dragonhorn got burned to the ground. More of our friends are dead. The church is upset at me because the bishop hates me and I am depressed because I am also sinful. So let's try to get rid of those sins. Oh, we have a ceremony for our husband. Oh, he's been burned. Desire fulfilled. Yay, we all loved the king. And now we're going to confess our sins. The reason he died is because we cheated on him with a commoner. You know, these things, they happen. Borodor is back. I don't have the rings to hire him, though. We got a little bit of money right now. Is there anything we could buy? We have to pay 114 on taxes. I guess let's get that herbalist book. I'm starting to wonder whether or not books are even like worth getting until you just like go through the base knowledge. They might not be. Shagging her way to the crown, right? She does also have lustful. Does she? Oh yeah, that's true. Right, that's because I wanted her to bang the king all the time, and then she just wasn't doing that. Cheating is the only thing that kept the royal DNA from being fully deformed. Also made them all hemophiliacs. Cheating caused that? Not cheating did. Was born to a queen who didn't have it, neither did her husband. Genetically, the chances are like 1 in 10 million. That makes sense. Hops are going to be destroyed again. We lost $74. We are 94% on the training grounds. Okay, so everybody goes to the temple first thing in the day. I feel like I'm learning a lot about how to set up a city. Eric grew up and became a teenager. After the temple, they all go to their jobs. So it should go houses, temple, jobs. Probably. Warehouse provides characters access to all the resources, and roads increase movement speed by 60%. Before work, all peasants will try to attend the morning service at the temple. Oh, thank you. Thank you, game. After that, at 9 in the morning, workers in resource buildings like lumber mills will go directly from the temple to their workplace, while workers in production buildings first go to the warehouse. The further they need to walk, the less time they have for work. I see. Maybe that will help. Somebody needs to cut down this tree. The coronation will take place today. Some tribute showed up. Oh my god, we finally got the training ground. It requires 10 wood. Hope to the gods somebody figures out how to get 10 wood. We do have a handful of weapons now. Severe hunger. I don't know why. We have rutabagas. Where do you get meat from? Pig farms, which require rutabagas for pig feed. Okay. Awaiting an object for construction. How about this object literally right next to you? That we have no wood to build. I see. I see what's happening. Where is all the wood going? Consumed. Consumed by what? Repairs? No. This only requires iron to make things. Coal. All my wood is going into the coal furnace is what's happening. Oh, yeah, 100% that's what's happening. Maybe 10 coal is enough coal. Books, what about them? Also, hello, streamer in chat. Newton, hello. Hello. First Viridian Gate online book that they gave up on. The Chronicles of Kira Freya. Cheating in royal families most likely succeeded more than loyal kingdoms did. Yeah, I believe that. I bet if I go to trade with this guy, he's going to ask for like $300 for taxes. Is there also a night ceremony? A priest. Okay, we just have a priest who lives in the town. We're back to making money, but also, like, 26 people did not get paid, and 7 of them have severe hunger. Yikes. Yikes. Feels like we're on a pretty good steamroller to death right now. Can't break down 5 different books. Just name the genre shall do for now. Like to know what's going on with this. Oh, you need a manager. I see. I did not know that the hall needed a manager, but I guess the king was doing that before. Knights come from unlucky free lords who decide to pursue a military career. They can lead a squad in place of your lords. The knight's command skill in this case will be 5. Since they come from lords, you can grant knights a title, accepting him into the family, but other family members will not like this. They can be hired in the army menu. Knight. Knight. KMVTK. That must be their culture. Maybe. God, they're so expensive. This is another loyalist. This is another loyalist. I want loyalists in my army. Let's fire the guys who are not good in the army, probably. This is only 12 troops, so let's probably keep everyone hired. All right, I have 48 wood. Somebody go grab it and build this training ground so that my people can actually do their job. Hydrochecks, thank you. MMO lit RPGs. Enter the games. Reminding a bit of like Sword Art Online. I think like .hack slash something was like the original version of those. Or at least they're to me the original version of like entering a video game. They're probably not. I mean, I read a Xanth book by Piers Anthony when I was a kid. That was also this same concept. Kids playing a video game and then he gets like sucked into the world. Had a big effect on me. Unsurprisingly. All right, we're going to get rid of all these. Forest bandits in your lands. When an unhappy peasant leaves the city, they simply find another kingdom or they might join forest bandits. 9 bandits. Good to know. Is that the king? No. Because he's the king of Beastwood. My buildings need a manager. Why is there a hop field down here? Oy, 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 oy. Something about like the game sometimes just like selects a secondary thing. I also don't understand like why this guy doesn't go hunt this flesh wolf. Instructions not received. What are you doing? You're a mobile. Menopause. Are you having this baby? Yes, you're having this baby right now. That bastardly base baby. Hack, one of your favorite games as a kid? It was very good. Real originally is Ready Player One. Tron, maybe, yeah. The spirit of Ready Player One, yeah, quite possibly. Mog World. Tron is pretty old. This is true. Tron probably is the first. Honestly. Forbidden Child. Setosir. What is this kid like? He's Tanaian? Oi, oi, oi. Monogamous, lustful, Tanaian. Intelligence and teaching. I thought he was born with a little hat. The peasants are too tired. They need to consume alcohol in order to rest. Oh, well, that's confusing. But all right. I thought they just needed to sleep. Oh, we're out of alcohol. This is a disaster. Ready Player One was such a good read, and number 2 was terrible. Ready Player One caught lightning, more than quality rating. Mog World, actually good, not a lit RPG. About persons in an MMO, so no pages of stats or descriptions, convenient skill energies. I think the best version of this storyline is actually the new Jumanji movies. Featuring The Rock and Jack Black. And I'm going to be honest, I'm pretty sincere about that. Those are really good movies. You wouldn't think they'd be, but they are. Why aren't people being paid? Dudes, we've got like $200 in the bank. All right, Beata, you're no longer pregnant with a bastard child. Oh, I see. Tanamon also takes his own noble house, does he? Which means we're probably going to need another lord's house here. It'll look like that. Only seen the original Jumanji? Now the new ones are good. They've got no right to be as good as they are. Like, they should be trash fires, but they're surprisingly catchy and fun. Haven't seen them, no intention of seeing them. Honestly, you're missing out. I also don't particularly like Jack Black. I think he is a very boring actor. But I think he's very good in these movies. I actually think they are probably some of his best performances. Movies that shouldn't have worked but have been great by some work. Galaxy Quest and Fifth Element, yes. If a peasant has eaten and had one drink of alcohol, they begin to feel prosperous and have a positive thought. Sometimes it's better to join an existing state. I'm glad we didn't, because our existing state got killed by the undead horde. Oh, good. I have one lord, and Neferi is leaving, I think. I could probably hire you. But the truth is you're not very good. Oh, man, this is some grade A disaster right now. Part of me is wondering whether or not we try to restart it. And build knowing what we know. But also we have all these loyalists who are learning to fight. Couple fanatics as well. And we have weapons. I have 10 spears and 10 maces. 16 troops. What do you think? Could we just attack Beastwood? Demand vassalage. Let's do it. We're gonna send a messenger. Give it a shot. Brad Pitt, terrible lead actor, but one of the greatest supporting actors of all times. One-liners in Jumanji are amazing. It's, yeah, right? I don't like Jack Black for a very unreasonable reason, which is that I find he is just the exact same in every single movie. And this is a great argument to be like, well, what is acting and like what is casting people? Like Jack Black was always just cast as himself all of the time. And there's a lot of other people that like I like The Rock. I don't think he's a good actor, but I like that he is just who he is in every single movie, you know? But that's also like the same reason I dislike Jack Black. I have grown to like Jack Black more over time because I've seen like the things that he has done and the things that he has said generally. And like, I'm like, oh, okay, this guy has like some good energy about him. You like Tenacious D? Yeah, so I wasn't a big fan of Tenacious D. I didn't really like metal growing up at all. Honestly, I didn't really like metal until like 2 years ago. And then I started listening to I started finding some stuff I liked a bit more. Brad Pitt is famous because he's super sexy. That's basically it. Yeah, that's correct. He does do some good acting in certain movies, yeah. Comedian actors, Adam Sandler and Jim Carrey. They're pretty classic. Very unique in like their styles. Hate Adam Sandler films. I like Punch Drunk Love. I think like Adam Sandler just was so a product of the 90s that like he was very good at the time, but also looking back, you're like, oh, these movies are insufferable. Like, I'm pretty sure if I went back and watched Waterboy, I'd be like, this is not a good movie. And now Adam Sandler is just like, I'm rich enough that I can just make movies on vacations. Like, all of Adam Sandler's recent movies for like the last like 12 movies have very clearly being him just being like, I would like to go on vacation to Greece. I'm gonna shoot a movie in Greece and invite my friends, and we're all gonna have like a work vacation in a nice tropical location for a while. And I really can't blame him for doing that. So Rock never seems authentic because he's all steroids. Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool in every film. I mean, here's the thing as well, though, is like casting is like you cast people who are, you know, they say like most of directing is just casting, and that's very true. And if you have a person that's like the right fit for something, like Keanu Reeves is not a good actor in most everything he's ever done. You know, if we go back and we watch like Bram Stoker's Dracula, like Keanu Reeves is like, they are acting circles around him, and he can barely even keep his accent straight. But it's also like he's the perfect casting for Neo in The Matrix. There's no question about that. He's the perfect casting for John Wick. Like, he's really, really suited in those roles, but he's not a particularly good actor, you know? He is very good at combat choreography. Leo, Heath Ledger, Christopher Waltz, Nick Cage, Adam Sandler, Stallone. Ryan Reynolds is the perfect Deadpool. Yeah, I mean, he's the perfect Deadpool because he cared so much about Deadpool. Like, he was like, I want this to be a good movie, so I'm going to spend my entire paycheck hiring my, like, 2 writers to come work on the movie with me. Like, the first Deadpool movie, I don't think Ryan Reynolds got paid any money for it. Because he was just like, I want this movie to be good, so. Leo's come a long way at acting, yeah. I think anybody who starts as like a child actor is going to be really bad for a very long time. That's pretty standard. It's hard. DiCaprio, a true actor. What do you love about Adam Sandler? He always puts his buddies in his movies so they can make money. Yeah, no, like it's absolutely. It's like his de facto go-to play. And like, who can possibly blame him for doing that? It works. Success. We've challenged the authority of Beastwood. We are waiting for a response. Oh, they also have this guy. 8, 3, and 3. 11 and 8. All right, I'm going up against a lot of archers, so we're probably going to lose some guys. I don't think we have any armor. We have 2 sets of heavy armor. Require an armor forge to craft armor. Books are not being studied. The Lord is too busy. The church is discontent. Crimes are going unresolved. We have dangerous neighbors. An enemy is plotting, and we somehow need more temples. Oh, yeah, we do need more temples. I have 6 criminals. Desire for intimacy. A torturous desire. She's hella horny. Hi, meow. Canada basically just plays a semi-autistic person in every film. I don't know that I would say that. John Wick was written for Keanu. I believe that. His English accent at Dracula is quite possibly the best English accent you've ever heard. I'm pretty sure it is Californian he is speaking in most of that movie. Success doesn't mean good. Cough Avatar. Yeah. They still made millions. Yeah, I mean, how do we measure success? Are we measuring the success of art in how much money it makes? That's very American or Trontonian of you. There are lots of good artistic movies that don't necessarily make a lot of money, but are artistic successes. If we don't have kids, this is a result awaiting response. To the dishonorable bandit, today I boldly declare that we shall not become your vassal. I fear not death in this world or the next. However, in the memories of all, I aspire to be remembered as a valiant warrior.
Exactly, Agent. They don't make money for that reason.
Because they're good art? We have to go to war. Oh, can I attack him here? Hold on. Pause. Oh, I don't think I can. Waiting attack, local map, create a new squad. Assign. Army, Commander Beta, all the warriors. All of the weapons. Probably more of the spears. I think they're better. No armor, no shields. And they're all probably going to be cowards. Pay your army sufficient wages to afford meat and ale. Do not exhaust them with excessive training and patrols. I don't know how this is going to go. I think bad. Where are we? Where's our army? Where's Bieta? She's got her war crown on. Everybody's grabbing their weapons. Getting ready on the scaffold. Is that everybody? Let's go, homie. Let's go, homie. Can we go? You've formed an army. Sign, attack, local map, squad beta, victory chance 40%. Let's go. Basically, if I can't win this fight, it's over for us. We're on such a death spiral right now that I can't imagine getting out of it, so. Truly incapable of joining this discussion, never cared much about most people in the acting scene, and kind of allows me to go into a movie without any expectations. I mean, that's not a bad way to do it. We have a bunch of loyalists and fanatics in this army. It looks like we've actually got more fanatics. In fact, it looks like all of our loyalists became fanatics. Uh-oh. Methinks a disaster may strike. Canner statement, he meant he has very little facial expression and acts unemotional. I've only seen him in like 5 films. Skill in acting is important, but casting is equally important. I think casting might be more important than acting. But it depends. Like, are you casting someone who knows how to act? I suppose that's always a great question. All right. The great fight. It's going to be a brouhaha. Casting and directing is more important than acting. Look at Twilight. They had a couple actors who were actually super good, but bad directors. Yeah, that's true. That's true. 2 good games came out on Game Pass. Dungeon of Hinterberg and Flintlock. Oh yeah, Flintlock started today, didn't it? What's happening here? Can I watch this? Ah. They have 19 troops. So I'm so dead here, dudes. This is not even fit. Commanding a squad. Are you going to put on your cool helmet? Those are the archers. And then there's some spearmen in the back. This guy's got like a Zweihander almost. Just a big longsword. We have no armor. 2 down. I have no idea. 3 down. A bunch of people have retreated. They didn't even get into the fight. Yetta has entered the battle, has gained the personality trait Cowardly. I believe I have lost the game. Good actors can adapt to bad casting. This is true. In your settlement, there are no adult lords capable of giving sensible instructions. All underage lords will be adopted by the church and will merge into its ranks. With this, the story of your noble family is concluded.